not sure whether I should record it because we are doing some workouts. We are doing some workout here. We are working out things and get money. Good. Let me post another one because we need to be very, very comfortable with this. We need to be very, very comfortable, super comfortable, right? When it comes to identification of accounts. Then we have bought machinery. Now, Kiki, before you answer that, somebody has asked a question. What if is sold on credit? Who sold on credit? Kimani, or we sold on credit? If we sold on credit to Kimani, but Kimani already sold to us on credit. That's why we are saying we bought on credit from him. Unless we are the ones who sold on credit. So if we sold on credit, what accounts will be affected? We have sold office furniture on credit. What accounts will be affected? Of course, if we sold and if it is a furniture we have sold on credit, will affect our furniture and then will affect Kimani's account, right? If it is on credit, because there are no sales there, there is no goods. So in this case, we are machinery and planners limited. Anybody who is of contrary opinion? Machinery and planners limited. Oh my, I like this class. So I don't know, ni watu wa BAF ama ni wa BES ama ni wa BCom. No. Let me see. Let me further test you and see. Ni watu wa BAF, hakuna BCom. We have that one. Sold some of the office furniture which was defective. Hey, he sold some of the office. People are interrupting my session. Sold some of the office furniture which was defective to J. Walker and Sons on credit for 60,000. What accounts do you think will be affected? What accounts will be affected? Some of us are still answering the one for machinery, and we are on another one. Furniture and, yes, Walker and Sons. Good. Good, very good, very good, very good, very good. You can see now the song is the same. We are singing the same song. Do I need to give another one? Yes, yes, you're correct. You're correct, because we need to be comfortable with this, because this is it. This is it. This is it. If you're not comfortable with this, then there will not even be need to progress and to continue. So here we have office furniture. Somebody is saying, and Jay Walker, I've given another problem. Let me answer that one. Here we have salaries account, bank account, salary at bank, salary at bank, salary account, bank account, salary at bank, salary at bank, salary at bank, salary at bank, bank account, salary account, bank account, salary account, bank account, salary account, correct. Bank account, salary account, bank salary. Bank salary. Let me see. Bank salary, salary bank. Salary bank. We are agreeing there. Paid. There's another one I've given there. Let's try out that one. Let us try out that one. Let us try out that one. Cash account payable, cash account payable, account payable, cash and account payable, cash and account payable, cash account payable, cash account, cash account, account payable. Thing is becoming easy. It is becoming easy for everybody to be able to identify. Let me post another one. I need you to be very comfortable with this before we go to the next session. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Can I get the answer? Can I get the answer? Can I get the answer? I've posted a question there. Cash, account receivable, cash, account receivable, cash, account receivable. Oh, I like what I'm seeing here now. People are becoming more confident. And I hope you're writing these things. I hope you're writing those transactions and then doing what is necessary. I hope you're writing them and doing what is necessary. Very nice. Very nice. Let me see whether there is another one that I need to give. Let me craft another one and give it out. You need to ensure that you're very, very comfortable with these things. You need to ensure that everybody is comfortable. I'm looking for another one that I can give to us for us to be able to identify. It's just right here. It's not far away. It is right here. Got that one? Bought extra stock by check. Bought extra stock by check. Bought extra stock by check. Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to see what are your thoughts? And remember, we are learning. Here we are learning, there is no correct or wrong answer, right? When you're learning, there is no correct or wrong answer. Now, can somebody assist this Billy Marty? He has a problem. He's logged in like 10 times. And he's still saying we admit him. Hmm? Oh my. So many answers. So many answers. So many answers here. So many answers. Millicent Owango. Millicent Owango. Thumbs up. We don't have an account called stock. Just note this. Just note this. Just note this. Just note this. We do not have an account called stock account. For the purposes of accounting, we do not have an account that is called stock, right? Because it is assumed that the stock that we are dealing with, we are either buying it or selling it. When we buy it, it affects what we call purchases. When we sell it, it affects what we call sales, right? It affects what we call sales. And therefore, we do not have an account that is called stock account. And therefore, in this case, it is purchases account and bank account. Purchases account and bank account. Thank you for those people who got it correctly. But I'm very sure that even for those people who wrote stock, it is good thinking. As far as I'm concerned, and considering this is the foundation of accounting, these are foundational concepts of accounting that you're learning, you've done a good work. You've done a good work. Oh my days. Oh, I could not even, it was difficult to even mention that. Mention stock. I don't know what I would have mentioned if it is those days. But thank God that I had a good teacher, who took me through this until I was able to identify these accounts. And therefore, if you said stock, your thinking was in line with what is here. But at least now you've gotten informed. Some of these things that you're saying, never ever forget them. Never ever forget them because they will keep on recurring, right? Good. Let me see, put another one here. Sold by cash. Yeah, which accounts will be affected there? Which accounts will be affected there? Cash and sales, cash and sales, cash and sales. Good, good. Which account will be affected? I've posted another one. It is disappearing because of the answers that you're writing. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I like what is happening in this class. Sold extra stock, sales and Amos. Very correct. Atika. I want to hope that we are writing these things. Once I give you a problem, you write it, and then as we conclude on the answer, you are able also to write it, because when it comes to this now, there might be no other notes because I don't have all this. I don't have all this. This is offered. I don't have all this, and therefore it is important that you capture what you have. It is important that you capture what you have. I'll be requiring the person with the nicest handwriting to scan me what they have and send it to me, right? For the purposes of posting it here. For the purposes of posting it here. Because most of these things are offered. Just craft something and put it here. Yes, it's true. I am posting another one there. I am posting another one there. I've posted another one there. Are we able to see this? Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. The next thing that we do, because I can see now we are comfortable with identifying the accounts. The next thing that is important for us, the next thing that is very, very important for us is to know which account to credit and which account to debit. Which account do we credit and which account do we debit? Because in this case, if you only know the account to debit, then you'll know the account to credit. And if you know the account to credit, then you know that the other account is supposed to be debited, right? And therefore, we'll start with this one. We'll start with that one. Tell me which account do we debit, which one do we credit? Which account do we debit, which account do we credit? And I wish if we have written what we have covered, I wish you can start with the first one. But now for the purposes of uniformity, tell me in this case, which account do I credit? Which one do I debit? Very well, very well, very well. We debit purchases. and credit Amos, right? Very well, very well. This is well done. That is well, well done. Let me give you another one here. Let me put another one here. I'm giving another one here to everyone. Let me paste it here. We have another one there. Can we see that? What I've posted? So which accounts will be affected here? Credit bank, debit Albert. Bank and Albert, Bank and Albert. But which one do we debit, which one do we credit? Which one do we credit? Do we credit Albert? Do we credit bank? Good people, what have I said? We paid Albert, creditors by check. And therefore we credit Albert and debit the bank. We credit Albert and debit the bank. We credit Albert and debit the bank. Who is here? Who is our friend here? Who is Dennis Muriuki? Why are you sharing your screen? Why do you want to share your screen? I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. What have we said? We have said we debit Albert and credit the bank. Is that what we have said? We paid creditors by check, and therefore the bank was what have we said? What have I said? Somebody thinks I have said vice versa. We debit Albert and credit the bank. What have I said? Have I said vice versa? Debit Albert, credit bank. Debit Albert, credit bank. Now, you tell me now, is it? Yes, 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 it is so. Who is this? Yes, Emmanuel. Why is there confusion somewhere? My previous answer was wrong. Probably I said the wrong thing, eh? But we agree. We agree. We created the bank and debit Albert. Good. Now I want to confirm. Is there anyone who is not comfortable with identifying the accounts? Because I want to close that chapter here and now. Anyone who is not comfortable? Is there anyone who is not comfortable? I want to know so that we know where we are. Can you confirm whether you're okay? If you're okay, just type okay. If you're okay, just type okay there. And then we will proceed to the next item that we must do, to the next thing that we must do in this place. Oh, how I like accounting. Beautiful, easy and good, right? Very easy, very easy, very easy, very easy. When do we not record any transaction where when there is sales on credit? What do you mean? Don't we not record any transaction? I'm not getting you. Lily Kiki, I'm not getting you. I am not getting you. I wish you can be clearer. And then why Diege is asking us. And why Diege Niyaman why Diege? I'm only able to see why Diege here. All transactions must be recorded. Yeah, it is true. Rich Wairimo. All transactions must be recorded. We cannot say we will not record a transaction. Who is this talking about 3-column cash book? Why am I lost? Am I here or you're answering a question by your friend? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sasa, somebody is not. You're okay in identifying the accounts. We said Muteki. We sent. I sent what? What did I send? This is a picture that tells you what to credit, what to debit. Yeah. There's a picture that I sent. There's something that I sent. that will tell you what to credit, what to debit. What is increasing? Is it an asset? Is it a liability? Is it a revenue? Is it an expense? And then it tells you if it is an expense, do this. If it is, right? Therefore I don't think that should be, I don't think that it should be an issue. What last answer? Wathiegeni. What was the last question? We are still arguing. John sold stock to Amos on credit. That's a sale. Was that the last question? What do you do with the sales? The increase should be credited. And then we debit John. Or is who sold to who? You know, you are sending so many of these messages that by the time I'm looking at one, it has disappeared. You debit the receiver and the credit the giver. That's another tick. We sold stock on credit to Amos. Selling stock on credit to Amos. So would we record? How do we recognize that? What is it that we have done? We have sold, right? And therefore, what do we credit? We credit sales because sales has increased, and debit Amos, right? Yeah, we debit Amos. Bit of problem in. Let me see. Oh my. Now, what we do, I want to share my screen here. I want to share my screen so that we try and identify which account we should debit, which account we should credit. I want to hope that that will be okay with all of us. Because if you miss it here, you're done. You'll not be able to understand, because we want to go into postings. We want to go now into balancing again those accounts. Again, from there we go into extracting the balances, constructing the books of accounts, constructing the trial balance, and therefore it is important that you understand this. And the reason why I sent us a small photo that was telling you what you're supposed to debit, was supposed to credit. I expect you to whether you cram it or you whatever you do, ensure you do it. Ensure you understand. Now, who is this again sharing? Omboi Martin. Who said that we want to see you? So is it clear? When do drawings account occur? This occurs when a person withdraws money for personal use. For example, let me put this way. Kemani, I'll see use Kemani. 5,000 cash for personal use. How do you deal with that transaction? There's a transaction that are posted there. How do you deal with it? Kimani withdrew 5,000 from the business for personal use. It's from the business, sorry. It is from the business. From the business for personal use. Yeah, drawing and cash. Drawing and cash. That is how it occurs. For those people who are asking, that is how it occurs. And in this case, we credit cash and debit drawings. Drawing and cash. Right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Now, I want us to, the next phase of it, after being able to identify the account, the next thing that we are supposed to do is that we should be able to know what account to debit, what account to credit. But as we say, we may not be able to identify and be comfortable with each and every account that you'll ever be involved in accounting. And therefore, the best thing is that as we proceed, then we should be able to know once we meet an account involving drawings or another one involving a discount, then we should be able to know how to work it out. In case there is a question, when we reach there, it is always good to ask. And therefore, I want to share the screen. Allow me to share my screen. And kindly, I don't want people to start drawing on it. It wastes a lot of time. Anytime I want to clear the junk that some of you put there, right? You allow me to share the screen in a moment. People are out and in. What's happening? Are we able to see what is here? Are we able to see what is here? So we start with this first transaction here. We'll start with this first transaction here. Let us start with that. Started business with 50,000 in bank. What account will be affected? What account will be affected here? Capital account. Which other account? Which other account will be affected? Good people. Bank account, right? Bank account and the capital account. Which account do we debit? Which one do we credit? What account do we debit? Which one do we credit? I hope people are following this. I hope you are following this. In this case, I will credit this account and I will debit this account. Right? I hope that is clear. I hope this is clear. Good. We go to the next account. We go to the next account. I want to tell me what would be affected here. Which accounts will be affected? Which two accounts would be affected here? Bought motor van, paying by check. So we have motor vehicle account, right? And the other account is bank account because he's paying via the bank. Which account do we credit? Which one do we debit in this case? All of these are assets, right? Motor vehicle is an asset, bank is an asset, but one is increasing, the other one is decreasing. So I will debit this one because it is increasing, and I will credit this one because it is decreasing. I want to hope that is clear. Waiting room, people are still here. Their message. I hope this is clear again. We go to the next one, transaction. Which account which accounts will be affected here? Bought fixtures, 4,000 on credit from Office Masters. So I will affect fixtures account, and I will also affect Office Masters limited account. Which account will I debit? Which one will be credited? This has been bought on credit, and therefore this account, which is an asset account, is increasing. So I debit. This other one is decreasing. So I credit. Do I have messages? Pictures has credit. Yeah, it's true. You're right, Lena. You're right. I want those people who are not comfortable with this to be comfortable with it, because we don't want to leave them behind. We cannot leave them behind here. We must be able to go with them. Yes, Amos. Who is this Michael? Michael is Michael, what are you saying? Can you say it on the group forum here? Michael is raising his hand. Michael, can you talk to us? I'm not seeing your communication, Michael, so I can assume that you've been sorted in one way or another. I can assume that you've been sorted. Maundu, why don't you people just ask those questions there? Because now you keep on raising your hand here. You raised by mistake. Maundu raised his hand, or you're testing these buttons to see whether they are working. Just pressing them and see whether they will work. Hey, you are on the 12th one, my friend. Utaki mchezo? Here we want to go slowly by slowly so that we accommodate those people who are not understanding what is happening. We are on 8th. On 8th, what happened? We bought a van on credit from Motorcars Limited. We bought a van on credit from Motorcars Limited. We bought a van on credit. And therefore, we have motor vehicle account, right? Motor vehicle account. And we have another company called Motor Cars Limited. We bought it on credit. And therefore, we expect what account to be debited? This one should be debited, right? And this other, who are our creditors, should be credited. I hope those people who are saying that they don't understand what is happening are able to follow this. On 12, took 1,000 out of the bank and put it into the cash till. How many accounts affected? 2, 1, we have bank accounts affected, and the other one, we have cash. Cash account and bank account. Which one? These are both assets, but one is being reduced, the other one is increasing. And therefore, we credit bank because of the reduction, and we debit cash because it has increased, right? I hope you people are understanding what you're doing here, because it is very, very important. Raised by mistake. The bank is credited and the cash is debited. Bank credited, cash debited, yes. Is the contra entry though? Yes, I agree. I agree. On 15th, we bought fixtures. We bought fixtures by paying by cash. We paid by cash. Bought fixtures and paid by cash. So we have fixtures account. And we have cash account again, which is affected. We have cash account, which is affected. Which one do we debit? Which one do we credit? Fixtures have increased. We debit. And the cash has reduced. So we credit it. Right? It's making noise here. Good. On 19th, the progress is good. 19th, paid motor cars. We paid motor cars by check. We paid motor cars by check. So we have motor cars, which is an expense, which is an account that we have. It's a limited company, Motor Cars Limited. Motor Cars Limited Company. And then we have bank account also being affected. We paid by check. And therefore, which account should be debited and which one should be credited? Motor cars is a company. Check reduced, right? Check reduced, and therefore we can credit this to capture the reduction, right? And debit the other account. Still have some way to go. Twenty-first. We have a loan of 10,000 cash received from J. Marcus. A loan of 10,000 cash is received from J. Marcus. Charts. Which accounts will be affected? Cash account. We have received some money and it is on credit. So Marcus, Received cash. So this one has increased. So we debit it. This one, other one is credited. Then we have another one on 25th. On 25th, we have another transaction paid 8,000 of cash in hand into the bank account. And therefore you expect that cash account is affected. And then the other account is affected is bank account. It's a contra. Which account increases, which decreases? This has decreased, and therefore we credit it. The decrease in asset. And here we debit the account. Good. Is someone saying anything? On 30th. Hey, people are already on 30th. Oh my. We bought more fixtures, paying by check. So fixtures, then we have bank, right? We don't have a check account, it's a bank account. 30th, debit. And then this one we credit. Now, again, anyone who is not comfortable with the debit credit, anyone who is not comfortable with the debit credit, are we all comfortable? Even those people who are saying they were not comfortable before, are we comfortable now? In being able to identify one, the account that is being affected, and number two, the account to be credited and those to be debited. We are, yes, yes, yes. I need to get confirmation from almost all of you. It's well understood. The comment that I've lost here, that someone wants to. The transaction I've lost here. Someone wants to do what? If there is any question, let it come now. Bring in any question before we go to the next phase. People are still being admitted here. You're still admitting people. Yes. Any question? Let me see. Let me review. Let me review this, my good people. My good people. I cannot fail you. I cannot fail you. I can't fail you. Contra entries when two accounts are. Yeah, it's one. Two accounts are affected at once. One transaction affecting two. Especially bank and cash, where you withdraw money from the bank and take it to the business in form of cash, or you take money from the cash and deposit it in the bank account. Well, again, this one is not clear. So we credit the reduction and we credit the reduction and credit the increment. I don't know what you mean by that. At Wampu, I think of an additional investment. Why do I seem not to hear anything? Hello, Emmanuel, you're not hearing anything from today's class. I've at least gained something. Thank you, Shitikilo. How do we go about businessman taking money from the business for personal use? We have said this. You wanted me to repeat it. This is Wambua, or you are not with us, Onesimus. It will affect drawings. It will affect drawings. Exactly. Good. This Jacqueline Gitonga, you've answered well. You answered Kelvin well. I think you understood him. The reduction and increment depend on the whether account is an asset or an expense or a revenue or you have that photo that I give you that summarizes everything. There's an increase in this, you do this. An increase in that. I have not answered your question. Which question, Valentine? I've not seen it. I cannot ignore you. You're my employer. You are the reason why I'm here. Admitting other students, yes, because there are some who keep on exiting. Teacher, not Shitikilo, it is Austo. But that's what you've written here, sir. With all due respect, Austo. If the accounts are affected, they are affected. You can debit 2, credit 1, or you can credit 2, debit 1. You just have to decide and to know which account is being debited and which other one is being credited, and you're done. Good. I want to hope that everybody now is comfortable. Now, out of this question that you've done, because this is a question, I want to hope that you've understood this question, right? This example that is here. Yeah. We need to record now these transactions. We need to record them. Now that we've been able to identify the accounts to be debited, we've been able to know the account to be credited and the other one to be debited, then the next thing would be to record them. And for example, if we take this June 1st, if we take that June 1st, I'm not very sure whether this was done correctly here. I am not very sure whether that is done correctly. For example, if we take that June 1st, we have said that we credit capital and debit what? Bank account. And therefore, we must be able to draw capital account and we have to draw bank account on this other side. I hope that is clear. Oh my, it's affecting my work here. Those people who are trying to draw, not to draw. No, don't practice with my work here, my friend. Don't practice with my work, right? Don't practice with my work here. Kindly allow us to work. This is not moving, and that will not move. But of utmost importance, because I want you to be able to record these transactions, I think it is important that I do away with all this, if you allow me. We might extend a little bit because I want this done. We must be able to complete. We must be able to complete this. And therefore, because I don't want us to just assume that these things were there. I want to delete all of them, right? Let me delete all of them so that we do them afresh together with you. So I want to delete this, not allowing me to delete. Now we already have what we call the what? Delete you. Now we already have this. We already have this information. We've been able to identify this. Now we need to draw up these accounts. Drawing them up, I will just come here. Unfortunately, I don't have what you call a writing pad. It would have been easier for me, notwithstanding, I want to draw some line there, right? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I want to draw a what? Meeting room. Who are still coming in? This is how. I want to insert a line, not a shape. I want to insert a line, and therefore I'll come and draw one there. And again, these people who are coming in keeps on disturbing us. How do we continue with meeting with all of you coming in at this time? Good people. I'll also have here. I can draw another one here. I can draw another one account here. We'll draw there. Let's see how you're going to record this. I want to see how you're going to record this. Not the best of the best, eh? But I think instead of drawing all this here, this will give us a lot of work. Eh? This will give us a lot of work. Now, allow me. We still continue with this. I hope we've taken note of this transaction. This is what I want you to take note of. Kindly take note of these transactions. I want to hope that you've written them somewhere. I want to hope there are questions. I want to hope that you've written them somewhere. I want to hope that you have been able to write them somewhere, because that will give me a lot of work of drawing those lines. And therefore, I would rather use Excel format, and then I'll be able to export all of them here, right? Excel format is better in that it will enable me to export all of them here. I want to share this. Are we able to see it? Kindly confirm. Can you confirm whether we are able to see the Excel or we are seeing a different screen? Someone confirm. Someone confirm. You're able to see the Excel. Which one are we seeing? The original one? This one? Oh, it's a new share. Let me do a new share. Is it visible now? Yes, no, yeah, good. So this becomes, so it's okay. Now this becomes easier. You just tell me which accounts that will be affected by the first transaction so that I record them here, right? And for example, the first transaction there affected cash, capital, and bank account. And it was worth 50. Capital and bank account. Capital, so we'll have capital account. Capital account, I want to draw it here. I want to draw it there. I want to draw capital account there, right? And therefore here we have being affected by bank. What have I drawn here now? So we have this account is affected by bank, right? Amount that was deposited was 50,000. I hope you are following me. I hope you are following me. But was it a credit or a debit? A credit. So that we also have what we call a bank account here. Bank account. This was capital. And here we have bank account. So bank account was to be debited, right? Can confirm, and the narration can be simply capital. Let me put a word there. Another one there. Admit. Are we able to see? Let me see. Yes. We are able to see. Good. We've already drawn those two accounts, right? The next transaction was, you are getting out and in. You're inconveniencing some of us here. Because we have to keep on admitting you. Remember here, if you look at that, we have credited the capital, right? Because it is written on the credit side. Remember, we have said this is the debit side and this is the credit side, right? And therefore, crediting means writing it on the credit side. Debiting means writing it on the debit side, right? And therefore, the bank account, we have debited it. And therefore, that transaction, this first transaction here has been accounted for fully. On second, bought motor vehicle, we already have those accounts. We already have this account, motor vehicle account, and we have bank account. Bank account is supposed to be credited, motor vehicle account is supposed to be debited. And therefore, we'll still come here and draw another account that we'll call motor vehicle account. We draw another account there, call it motor vehicle account. Right? Do another account. Sorry, it was here. It was there. We call it motor vehicle account. There, right? We need to draw it nicely. And therefore, we've been told that we have bought a motor vehicle for 12,000. Bought a motor vehicle for 12,000 through the bank account. And therefore, we said we debit motor vehicle. We can simply say that we paid it by check or by bank, right? Can either say through the bank, we have a motor vehicle, but that money has come from the bank, and therefore we are supposed to credit the bank. These things are there. We're just transferring them here with how much? 12,000. I hope I'm not losing any one of you. I hope I am not losing any one of you. Good. The third transaction, or the other transaction that we got involved with is, there was another transaction, very fast. Look at those transactions. This is the third transaction on 5th, both fixtures. 4, and we said fixtures account debit and office masters. So we have 2 new accounts. We have 2 new accounts, and the one is fixtures account, right? And a minute. Let me give it some allowance here. It's very important. And then here we draw another account. What do we call it? Who was selling the vehicle to us? Office masters. Office masters. Masters account, right? Office masters account. And therefore, what is supposed to be credited, what is supposed to be debited? We said that office fixture debit and the office masters fixtures debit, office masters credit. Fixtures we debit with 4,000. Fixtures we debit. Therefore, can say office masters has sold us a fixture for 4,000, and then this one is fixtures that you bought from them for 1,000. I hope you're getting this. I hope you're getting the concept. It is not difficult because you're just transferring what is here to our individual ledgers now. We are posting. What you're doing is called posting in the ledgers. Posting in the ledgers, which comes after you've been able to identify accounts and you've known which account to debit and which account to credit. So March 8th, sorry, the date 8th, we bought a motor van from Motor Cars. Do you have a motor vehicle account? Yes. Do you have a motor cars account? No. Motor van we bought for 8,000, and therefore we expect that motor vehicle here increases by 8,000. We have come from motor cars account, motor car account, 8,000, but we have bought it on credit, and therefore we need to capture this. We will need to capture this. We need to capture that, draw that account. And I hope you are still doing this in your book. I hope you're still doing this in your book. Motor Cars Limited account. And here we sold a motor vehicle from them, which is, what is the amount? We've bought a motor vehicle worth 8,000 from them, and therefore we've debited the motor vehicle and credited the motor car. 2,000 out of the bank, I'd put it in cash till we already have bank, but we don't have cash, right? We have bank, we don't have cash. And therefore we'll have to create another account here and call it what? We call it cash account. We'll have to create another account there, and we will call it cash account, and the cash account, right? And we have said that we've withdrawn money from, let me see again, we've withdrawn money from, so we credit bank and debit cash. That is what we decided. Credit bank, 1,000, and we debit cash with 1,000 that has come from bank. right? Another 1,000 that has come from bank. Again, that is complete. We go to the next transaction, which happens on 15th. We bought fixtures by paying cash, 600. And therefore we debit fixtures, credit cash. Do we have fixtures account? Yes. So we have bought fixtures, 600, and it is in cash. We already have the account, we already have cash account here. So we credit that cash account. You can call it fixtures because that is what you bought, 600. I hope that is good, that is clear. The next transaction was bought fixtures. 19th, we paid motor cars limited by check, 8,000. So we debit credit bank and debit motor car. We already have the account. This one we already have. So we debit motor car limited, right? We debit motor car limited. Amount is 8,000. And look for the motor car limited, and we've paid them 8,000. So credit. We have paid them with credit. We have paid them via bank. We have paid them via bank. People are asking questions. Good. No, there's no more question here. Don't think there is any question. I've credited motor vehicle instead of. Where mistake? Where's the mistake? I've done a mistake. Which transaction? Date. Give me the date. Transaction dated. Very fast, very fast. I need to correct it if I made a mistake. On 12th. 12th. Let's see 12th. 12th, there was took 1,000 out of bank. So we said we credit bank and debit cash with 1,000. Let's see, what did you do? Credit bank. Oh, it's bank, eh? So this one is supposed to be here, 1,000. Human is to error. Human is to error. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me try and save this on the desktop. It's important so that we are able to retrieve it whenever we need it. Thank you. Thank you for those people who are able to observe that. That's why I say that there's no monopoly of knowledge. We are all learning, eh? Good. Have we completed the transaction that you were doing there? Before we got into that, I hope we completed it. I hope we completed it. So we took 1,000 from the bank, no? Bought motor vehicle fixtures. I think we are through that. Paid for the motor vehicle by check. Are we through with that? 19th, are we through with the 19th? Motor vehicle, motor cars. We are through with that. So we proceed to the next transaction, which is we took a loan of 10,000, which was done from Marcus, J Marcus, and therefore we need to create a Marcus account. So we debit cash with 10,000. So we create another account here, and we'll call it Marcus, J Marcus. J Marcus. J Marcus account. Let me prepare it. I want you people to be able to follow, and your work should be very, very, very neat. Aris Wanjiru, you're raising your hand. What have we done? Can you put it somewhere in the chat? Is there any other mistake? J Marcus. So we have J Marcus. We have J Marcus there. And the transaction is on 19th, we paid, no, 21st, we got a loan. So we debit cash with 10,000, debit cash with 10,000 from Marcus. And the Marcus here, we owe him how much? 10,000, which he paid to us, so he gave us in cash. The next transaction, have we posted? 25th, paid 8,000 in cash, of the cash in hand into the bank account. We paid 8,000, so we are removing money from the from the cash and depositing it into the bank. I hope you are able to follow. One transaction at a time, one transaction at a time. Any question, anything here? Chat? No, chat, nothing is there. Good, so we proceed. Where are we in terms of dates? In terms of dates, where are we? We have done 25th. Have we done 25th? Yes. That's why sometimes it is important for you to indicate the dates here, right? Before another column here for the date. Just in case there's a mess, you are able to track your mess very easily. But for now, the gist here, the aim here is to understand what happens. As far as the structure of the ledger is concerned, the other things can follow. They are formalities. Here it is to understand what is really happening in these cases. So we go to what other date? Is it on 30th? And supposedly it is the last transaction. 30th, we bought more fixtures by paying 3,000 by check. More fixtures we paid by check, and therefore fixtures account 3,000, which was paid through the bank, right? And the bank decreases by 3,000, which was because of the fixtures. Good people, now, can you confirm to me that you've understood what we have done so far? That transferring of the amounts that were there in the question into the ledgers. Have we understood? Because we're just writing them. We are just writing them, nothing more, just the way they were, and transferring them here. Very good, very good, very good. BCom, BAF, BES, business, education. Very nice, very nice, very nice. No, the trick here is to go one account at a time. Don't take two. Look at one account, decide whether it is a debit or a credit, right? Decide which account to be credited, right? And which account to be debited, right? Once you know that, then transferring them here is formality, because you've already written this debit this, credit that, debit that, credit that. You haven't posted for date 25th. We have forgotten that. Oh my. Paid cash. Are you sure I've not posted this? I just mentioned it. Paid cash into the bank account. We must have dealt with that, sir. Paid cash into the bank account. 8,000. It is here. And we have paid it into the bank. It is there. Are you able to see it? Whoever is asking that question. Yeah, that's why I'm saying with the time, we'll be introducing another column for the dates, right? Before this, so that you are able to know 25th, this is what we did. On 25th, that is what we did. Good. So I want to hope that all of us have understood that. Yeah, it is posted, yes. 90% understood, well understood. Good. After you post, the other thing that you do is called balancing the ledgers. The other thing that you do is called balancing the ledgers. And here now we go to the ledgers, starting with the first one, right? We start with the first one. There are people who are joining us at this time. Oh, they disappeared. Good. I want to hope you are able to see what is here, right? Are you able to see my account? My account's here? Kindly confirm if this is clear, if you're able to see them. I cannot make them bigger than this. Are you able to see my accounts? Good, good. Just needed one or two confirmation. Now, balancing, you come and look at this. If you look at this account, you're supposed to count or add up all the credits, right? And all the debits, right? And see which one is higher than the other, right? We see which one is higher than the other. For example, in capital, the debit side doesn't have anything, right? It doesn't have anything, but the credit side has amount. And therefore, this amount there, because it is the higher, it will be our balancing figure here. And they can put it this way. Normally it is one line up, 2 lines down there. And I also make it the same on the other side because it is the highest figure. It is the highest figure, right? And therefore, once I establish whether it is the debit or credit that's a higher figure, then I'll ask myself, what is it that I'll have to post here for it to balance with this, right? And therefore, in this case, it will still be 50,000, so that this summation comes to 50 and this other summation comes to 50. Now, this 50 becomes my balance carried I can call it my balance carried down. Balance carried down, right? Call it balance carried down, represented by C stroke D, right? Balance carried down. I hope this is clear. I hope it is clear. Balance carried down. I hope that is clear. This is called now balancing the account, right? We go to this other one, which has many transactions. I want us to be able to balance this. Now, what you do, we have said you count all the credits that are there and all the debits that are there and see which is higher. In this case, if I count all the debits, I have 58,000, right? If I count all the credits here, I have 24,000. And therefore, it is the debit that is higher, right? And therefore, that will be the figure down there. And I still make it the figure down there on the other side, right? I still make it the figure on the other side, right? And therefore, what I'll have to ask myself, what is the amount that I can add there for it to sum up to 58? What amount can I add here? Which is simply this total minus the total of this, which is 24, right? And what will that figure be? What will that figure be? Someone is asking a question? No. Let me see. I know we are beyond our time for the meeting. Kindly allow us to finish this concept. It is very, very important. Very, very important. It's very, very important. Somebody is saying 34. And therefore, you can see that if we add 34 here, if we add that 34 here, then this amount that is already there plus this amount will total to 58. Are we able to see that? They will total to 58. And therefore, this becomes our balance. Again, we can still call it carried down. It is a balance that we carry down. Balance carried down. Or you can call it carried forward, right? Carried forward or carried down. Good. Can we balance it as an account? This one now will be simple. It will be simple. You can balance it in your books. Because now this debit side is higher, right? It is 20, and therefore 20 comes there also. And if 20 comes there, then for it to balance, then this other side must have a 20 somewhere there. And again, we call that balance carried down. I hope that is clear. We go to the third one. Which side is higher? This is totaling to 11,000. The other side is totaling to 8,600. And therefore, this side is higher, right? That side is higher. And because it is higher, it is the one that you also put on the other side, 11,000. And therefore, what we ask ourselves again here is, how much would be the difference between this and this 11,000? Somebody is asking a question here. Is someone asking a question? Don't want to lose anybody. We confirm the amount for date 30. Oh my, where are we going? Why are you going back? What did you do? We made a mistake. And therefore that amount here is 24. And this becomes a balance carried down. Let me confirm, somebody is telling us to confirm the amount for date 30. Bought more fixtures for 3,000, right? Affecting fixtures and bank account. What have we done? Fixtures 3,000, bank account, fixtures 3,000. I think this amount is okay. My friend, you're telling us to confirm what? What are you confirming? What are we confirming? Who is telling us to confirm? Wangeshi. Sir, confirm the amount for the 30th. I am not getting that question. You've already confirmed Anu Wangeshi. The difference between balance brought down and the balance carried down. Brought down, Wangeshi, is a, how do I explain this to you? When we begin the year, we are bringing the balances forward, right? We'll be bringing the balances forward. I'm not sure whether I'm getting what you mean. Balance carried down, brought down. Carried down is from the previous. The previous, we are carrying it down to next year. When you go to next year, we bring it down, right? We'll bring it down. 24, not 24,000. I agree there. There's an error here. Supposed to be 2,400, right? Sorry for that. 2,400. Confirm the from the transaction. Which transaction? Gitonga. At Gitonga, it is okay. We have confirmed it. For 24, I agree. Was it 25 or 3,000? I don't know what you're talking about. Because when I look at it here, there was no other transaction. This was 3,000 on that year. Unless you wrote something different. Unless you wrote something different. Supposed to be 3,000. Good, we proceed. We balance the other account. Let us balance this other account. Fixtures. There's only one side, debit side, 76. 76. And therefore, we take that amount also to the other side, 76. And therefore, we can confidently see that that is the difference. And that becomes our balance carried down. Office masters, we've not paid anything. So 4,000, 4,000. Those would be the largest amounts on those columns. And therefore, here it is 4,000, which becomes what? Which becomes what? Our balance, again carried down. We proceed. Motor vehicle, 8,000, 8,000. If you look at this, the debit and credit are equal. And therefore, that account is self-balancing, right? It balances out from motor cars limited account. J Marcus, 10. And 10. And therefore, 10 is there as our balance. This is the balance carried down. Oh, my internet has issues. Does my internet have issues? Are we together up to there? I need to confirm. Are we together up to there? They are okay. Thank you, Karugo. Are we together up to there? I hope there is nobody who is having trouble following what we are doing. This is a good demonstration. The one for motor car, have we not did it like that? What do you mean? Somebody is raising their hand. You have a question. The one for motor car, which one is for motor car? We've not balanced it out. Or the one that is self-balancing. We just leave it, just write to the balance and the two lines. It is self-balancing. That one is self-balancing. You don't need to do anything about it because the credits are equal to the debit. Credit are equal to the debit. Mwangi Wangari, I don't understand when you say repeat bank account. I don't get your question. I'm not getting what you're saying. What is to repeat bank account? Balancing. You're talking about balancing, repeating the balancing. You calculate both sides. That's what we said. If you calculate the debit side, it has 58. If you calculate this other side, up to that point, it has 24, right? And therefore, the side that is higher, the amount is what you write down there. What you write down there. And then you ask yourself, what is the difference between this amount that you've written down here and the amount that was already here? This amount was 24. and therefore you expect that that balance is 34. Is that it is what would make it 58. And then you just write it there and you're good. Just write it there and you'll be good. Now, of course, I can take this. Hopefully, it will be able to fit in my Word document here for the purposes of sharing the note. Do I paste it to the picture? Good. Very nice. Very nice. This is what I was talking about now. Very nice. It is put there. It's very, very, very nice. It's very, very, very nice. Now, that is what is called posting in the ledgers and balancing the account. Posting in the ledgers and balancing the account. Now, for those people who are asking questions, this, assuming that we've closed those books as at 30th, when we come to the next month, for example, this one will start with a balance of 34,000, right? That balances can be called balance brought forward. You can call them balance brought forward. Simply balance brought forward, right? So that is the difference between this carried down and brought forward. This one, we are carrying it over to the next period. This one, we are bringing it down or from the previous period. We bring it forward from the previous period. Let me see any query here, any query? Yeah, good. Everybody is good, very much together. Now, I know time is far much spent, right? Time is far much spent, and if you're okay with it, we can stop there, right? Next time we come, we'll post this in what we call, but probably would have posted that. Another 10 minutes would have done. We would be good. Another 10 minutes would have been good to know where to post in there. Because now from this, we are able to extract what? We are able to extract a trial balance. From this, we should be able to extract what? A trial balance. And simply, let me put it this way. A trial balance will always have what we call debit, and it will have what we call credit. And then it will have details of the account here. Yeah, specific account. It will have or details. Call them details or particulars. So that from this, for example, from what we have here, we pick the first account, it is capital. Pick that first account, right? And what we ask ourselves is what would be the opening balance? Because now the opening balance again from 50 will be here. The next period of time we are opening. That is the balance brought forward, right? Balance brought forward. Balance brought forward there is 50, which is basically this amount. Because remember, it was balancing. We were balancing it, and that's why we wrote that amount there. Otherwise, it was supposed to be on this side. And therefore, in the opening period, when we open the next period, then that is where we put it, right? And therefore, this is on credit side. And therefore, you expect that amount to be there on the credit side, right? We expect it to be there on the credit side. I hope that is clear. The next account is bank. bank, the amount brought forward here is on the debit side, and therefore you expect it to be there, 34. Here we are just putting the balances. We are just putting these balances that you've been, the balances that you've been calculating. Let me mark them differently. Just putting the balances that you've been calculating here. The balance carried would be here, right? On the opposite side, right? It will be there. Then I put that color. So these are debit, right? And therefore here, 20,000. And it is from motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, 20,000. And we continue here, it is there. Therefore, we write it here. Balance carried or brought forward. Balance brought forward. Right? And therefore, that is 24 in form of cash. Therefore, here we have cash, which is 2,400. Right? We go to the next account, which is fixtures. Does it have a balance of 76? That balance of 76 comes there, the next period. 26, it's a debit. So 76. Then we put there the account, which is fixtures. Fixtures, 7,600. Would this one balancing should be there because originally it is here, right? We cross it to the other side, and therefore it is there, 4,000. And therefore we call it balance carried, sorry, brought forward of 4,000, right? Office masters. And therefore it is a credit, it is on the credit side there. And therefore I'll come and put it on the credit side here and call them office masters, right? We call them office masters there. And then we go to the next one, which is this one is self-balancing. You don't need to do anything about it. Only the balances should be captured. Here, we need to have what you call 10,000, right? It's on the credit side, and therefore here, we should also have what? 10,000 on that credit side, because it is there, and it is from J Marcus. The account is J Marcus. J Marcus. Now we've captured all those balances. Now this is a trial balance. How do I put this? A minute. Start more lines, and I can call this. I don't know who was the owner of this business. Did it have an owner? Yeah, right up. M crash. So this one, we can call it M crash. M crash trial balance. At what period? After what period? What was the period? The period you can still get it from here. This was for June, right? So this is the end of June, 30th June, right? And therefore you can comfortably come and say as at 30th June. Yeah, 2002, 2000. 30th June, yeah. Those one you get them from here, year 2002. 30th June, year 2002, right? Simply put it somewhere here. Can simply put it there. Therefore, here we have debit, we have credit. Now, this one is supposed to always self-balance, right? If it is not balancing this way, if the debits and the credits are not balancing, then you know that there is a problem. If they are not balancing, you know that you've made a mistake somewhere, But in our case, these totals are balancing, and therefore we have done it perfectly. In our case, it is balancing. We have done it perfectly. Now, this is called extracting a trial balance. Remember what we did? We started with the identifying the accounts to be affected, identifying the accounts to be credited and to be debited. We have credited them and posted these transactions now in the ledgers, because now these are the ledgers. We posted them there, and then we've been able to extract a trial balance. Because in a question, it may be, you may be given the transactions that were originally there in my workings, and you're told to post them in the ledgers, then extract what? A balance sheet. And therefore, that is what we have done. We've extracted what? We have extracted a balance sheet here. Very, very important. This is very, very, very important. Very, very important for us to be able to follow. Very, very, very important. Can also beautify mine and put it that way, right? It is self-balancing. We have seen that, right? M crash. And therefore, this one also can be copied. I am very sure you have it in your notes, and I can simply paste it here. This is my work, right? I can simply paste it there as part of my workings. I want to hope that this is clear. Any question? Any question? Let me see. Write the balancing on balancing. Is it wrong to write the balance brought down on balancing before the start of a new? Is it wrong to write it? Brought down. I'm not getting that question. Brought forward is the balance carried to the next accounting, so it's not the same as brought forward and brought BC. Thanks. I had forgotten about the trial balance. Welcome, Merrick. Understood. Thank you. Interesting lesson. Thank you, sir. Can we log out? The lesson was so enjoyable, but the balancing figure brought down. The same. See the same. Brought forward. We will see this when we are starting off with new accounts. Don't worry about it. It will come automatically. You'll be able to know why we are saying brought down and why we are saying brought down and forward. Well understood. Well understood. If you were understood, you tell your HOD that you were taught well and you understood. No, we'll appreciate. I'll appreciate that. We'll appreciate that. Now, let us wrap it up there. I will be sending the notes that I have, not much, because most of it was very practical. I just want to hope that you've been able to capture that. And as I had said, if you have a nice handwriting, and if you put your work nicely together, if you can scan it to me, I'll be very happy. If you can scan what you have done, and that is for those people with good at writing. You know, if you are a daktari, don't send your work, right? If you're a daktari in writing, don't send your work. For those who have nice handwriting, you've been able to follow what you have said, and you have captured it really well. You can scan for me or take a good photo and send it to me. I will appreciate. Screenshot is good, share me. If it is nicely taken, it is good. My number is there. You can contact me. I'll be sending a question, right? I'll be sending a question for practice only. I would want you to be able to draw up the ledgers, balance them, right? And then next time, no, and extract also a trial balance, so that next time we'll be able to look at the trial balance and see whether the amounts that you've gotten there are the correct amount. If that is okay with all of us, thank you for attending. Thank you for understanding. That though I started late, I know you've learned something, right? And enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you.